Om Shri Sai Ram. I offer my humble pranams at Bhagwan's lotus feet. Dearest Swami, respected elders, dear brothers and sisters, and so many little ones have come here. I was wondering on, what is it that we should speak about today, and I thought that I felt inspired that I should share about how subtle is God's presence in our life, Swami's presence in our life, and how, if we are aware, we will realize that everything that we do, everything that we see, everything that we hear, everything that we think about is actually His will, and it's so beautiful to be able to live in that awareness. Whenever the topic of awareness would come, Swami would say, no, not awareness, constant integrated awareness. It's not just about being aware, but being aware of it constantly and being aware of it in an integrated manner. In fact, I don't know whether all of you were at the conference, or then I can't say that because I've already shared parts of it there. So, no. That was just even an aside thought. I will keep it aside, and if there is time in the end, I'll come back to that. Yeah. If I ask you, you can tell me about constant integrated awareness and the Krishna-Arjuna story. Have you heard it? The Krishna-Arjuna story of Krishna and Arjuna walking and the bird, and my story with that. Brother Prashant, do you know? Sister, you don't know? If these two don't know, then mostly you will also not know. I have not shared it. It must have been in Australia that I shared it then. So, basically Swami would narrate this incident of Krishna and Arjuna walking, and as they go walking, Krishna looks up at the sky and says, hey Arjuna, look, there's an eagle. And Arjuna doesn't even look at the sky, he just says, yeah, it's an eagle. And then Krishna says, no, I think it's a crow.
Yes.
He says, yeah, that's what Arjuna says. Yes, it's a crow. and then Krishna says that no, I think it's a pigeon.
Yes.
And Arjuna says, yes, it's a pigeon. And Krishna asks, Arjuna, are you blind or are you a fool? You're not even looking up. Whatever I'm saying, you're just agreeing. He says, Lord, I trust your word more than my eyes. Anybody remember? No?
Yeah.
I've shared it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's on YouTube.
Oh. If I am not allowed to speak what's on YouTube, then I will just say Om Shanti and say that.
I was not listening.
Yeah. No, but anyway, so that was the story. That was the time when I realized that Swami's presence, we have to feel, not just be aware that he is God, but be aware of it constantly and in an integrated manner. Because to cut that story short for those in case who don't remember, so that the connection remains, I felt that there's nothing great about what Arjuna did, because I can also do that. Swami, you tell me this is what it is, I will agree wholeheartedly. Why are you so much in praise of Arjuna? And another occasion came where Swami began to say the same story, and Swami just said that Krishna said, look Arjuna, there's a lion in the sky. And I was like, Swami? Because Swami would sometimes change the birds. He would make it an eagle, a dove, a canary, whatever bird, Doesn't matter, the fantail. Maybe if he's speaking to New-Zealand devotees, he would have said it's a fantail. And people are fine with it, I'm fine with it, like it's for variety and for matching with the audience. But a lion, how can it fly, Swami? Then Swami said that Krishna told Arjuna, no Arjuna, I don't think it's a lion, I think it's a horse. And then Arjuna says, yes, Krishna. I'm like, Swami, please, there are new students here, first timers, what will they think of you? Horse can't fly, lion can't fly, you take any bird, no problem. And after the discourse got over, is when I realized that here was my Arjuna moment, that I messed it. I had said, Swami, if you tell, I'll believe. So my belief was restricted to the bird kingdom only. The minute you say that a lion is flying or a horse is flying, I was not ready to believe. So that's when I realized that this awareness that Swami is God needs to be constant. I need to remember every time. And so that is when I vowed, Swami, give me one more chance. And in case next time, even if you say that a dragon was flying, I will believe it. That was my determination that day. So never I got a chance after that. But many years after that, when Swami had been to Hadshi, I got the chance to travel along with him to Hadshi. There, in Hadshi, Swami decided to see a photo show that I had set up, just like this, simply showing him some photos. And there came a photograph of his mandir silhouetted against this morning sunrise. So beautiful it was. Swami said, what a lovely night it is. I said, no, Swami, this is the day actually. Now you are able to understand it because you know the connection, but that was 4 or 5 years later after the horse and lion flying. So I was in my own. Then Swami said, no, look at my residence, look at that, it's so dark, it's the night. I said, no, Swami, look behind, it's so bright, it's the day. Then Swami said, I still feel it's the moon actually. No, Swami, moon is white, it is orange, it's the sun. So I said, but then why is the building dark? Swami, how to explain to you the concept of exposure? You know, it's been underexposed because I want to capture. Yeah, Brother Gulab will understand that, right? Why a building is appearing dark though it's the morning, because I am focused on the sun. I said, Swami, trust me, Swami, it's the sun. And Swami said, okay, as you say, fine. And we went ahead, it was beautiful. But later on again I realized that here was another Arjuna moment. You know, where Chand aur Suraj तुमने बनाई, लेकिन मैं बोलता हूँ सूरज क्या है, चांद क्या है. But I am singing, you know, in Hindi it means you are the one who made the moon and the sun, but I am telling him that this is not the moon, this is the sun. So therefore the awareness that he is God, not only should it be constant, it should be integrated. It should be integrated in everything. You know, yeah. So it's not easy. That's why this, when we are aware that he is there in our life every moment, if we are able to have that awareness in a constant manner and an integrated manner, we will benefit. So in order to show how subtle his presence is, let me share one incident from when Swami was physically present, one incident during the transition period, if we can call so, where we were accepting that yeah, he's gone and physically he's gone, and one much later. You know. So let's go to 2009. In 2009, somewhere in January or February, one person came to me and he said, Arvind, are you ready to travel to Singapore this summer? I said, for what? So you can give talks. So the moment he said that, I was very happy. But the first thought that came is, no way can I buy a ticket. So I didn't tell that to him. I just said, oh, let's see. He said, no, you don't worry, tickets, everything arranged. You just come. I had never made any travel so far in my life. Oh no, this was very tempting, you know. I was always having a fascination to see what's there abroad. I don't know how things are outside India. And this fellow was saying, come to Singapore. I said, oh great. But at the same time, you know, in my mind is also this thought that Swami used to say, Janani Janma Bhumishcha Swargadapi Gariyasi. Meaning the mother and motherland are greater than heaven. So this statement was made by Lord Sri Rama. When Rama fights Ravana in the battle and kills him, that time what happens is, Lakshmana sees that Lanka is a golden city. His brother, you want to go back to Ayodhya or what? It's so beautiful, just rule over here, no? You have anyway killed Ravana, why do you want to go back? Just rule here. Then Rama says, Lakshmana, what are you telling? Janani Janma Bhumishcha Swargadapi Gariyasi. He says that time that just because you find a pretty woman, you can't tell, hey, you be my mother, you know, you're prettier than my mother. No, mother is mother. Same way, motherland is motherland. However beautiful, grand, wonderful another country can be, no country is as wonderful as your motherland, and you should come back. We should go back to Ayodhya. And Swami would always, after this, strongly state, you know, saying that, you know, you just, at the least given opportunity, you leave your country and run away. You should stay here. You should stay and serve. This is what he would exhort in his discourses. And as I remembered this, I felt as if Swami asking me, why is it that you want to go to Singapore? You want to run away at the least given opportunity? Then the other half of me would say that, look, you are being invited to Singapore, so just go. Then this part said, why? Why can't you give talks in India? Why you want to go abroad and give? Then this voice will say, nobody from India has called you. From abroad they're calling, so go. No, it's like, I don't know what is right. So then, I think that played out on my face because he said, you ask Swami. If Swami allows, you come. I said, yeah, that's good, I'll do that. So I decided to write a letter to Swami. So I wrote a letter, dear Swami, for the summer I am being invited to go for a holiday. You know, because I felt, first of all, I don't want to write Singapore because foreign country again, Janani Janma Bhumishcha clash will happen. And second thing is, this fact that it's a fully sponsored trip. I'm not spending any money, devotees' money. You know, Swami would say, devotees' money you're using what? You think it's yours or what? You're burning devotee. I mean, Swami was so particular. Every rupee. In fact, in the discourses, Swami would say, you know, my trustees, central trust trustees and my office bearers, they always travel on their own money. If they don't have money, they will go in bus. They'll go by walk. But they will never, you know, this is the kind of expectation he has of his office bearers and central trust trustees. I mean, different people follow it to different extent. That is different. But Swami's expectation is very clear. So in that context, how do I tell him that, you know, the whole trip is being sponsored, I'm not spending a pie. And I can't, you know, if I have to spend, I can't travel. All this was there. So I wrote a letter, but I masked all these facts, you know. I wrote that, Swami, I'm going for a holiday to a far-off place, 7-8 days in summer. I seek your blessings. That's it. Very generic letter. Swami knows everything. Swami knows everything. This is convenient philosophy. So anyway, I gave that letter to Swami and Swami accepted it. And I was like, it's done. It's done. So I called up that brother. I mean, over the next few days, Swami accepted the letter. So I called up that person and I said, yeah, if you book my ticket, I'll come. Singapore. Summer vacation. He said, oh, done. Don't worry. Months passed. March, April, May came. Now in the month of May, 15th of May was my flight ticket booked. From 10th of May, my conscience found new energy and started telling, you are a cheater, you know. You have cheated Swami and you're going. Where I cheated? I told him. You have not told him. You purposely suppressed information, you know. Withholding information is also a, you know, like when they say, you've got anything to declare, you declare everything. Withholding is a sin. If you're caught later, you'll be penalized. You just declare. I mean, it's nothing. It's after all a factory package thing. Yeah, but you declare, no? Why are you hiding? So like that it is. You declare everything then. No, nothing wrong. They called, nothing. I am not. They only told. Then you declare that to Swami. So, see, that is what. The conscience is there in each one of us. It is there. It is always telling us what is right, what is wrong. We just don't have the courage to follow it. So I started feeling guilty. I thought I'll write another letter. So I wrote another letter. But there also, I wrote, Swami, it's a faraway place along the sea. You know, it's in the Indian Ocean, this place. But not having the courage to put that word Singapore there. Just not feeling like writing letter, you know. Like giving a scope for being wrongly understood. So that the, you know, the foreign place doesn't get impressed on Swami. And no way did I write that it's entirely sponsored. Swami, it's very fine, Swami. I didn't have to think much about the expenditure, everything, because by Bhagwan's grace, everything is well taken care. I mean, but it's a very roundabout way of saying. I just didn't write that. And I could have just said it's a fully sponsored trip. It's understood. But I didn't write it. So I sat with this letter, and Swami was coming for darshan rounds. And as Swami was coming, I was hoping that if Swami takes this letter, I'll feel better. But now in retrospect, I know even if Swami had taken that letter, I wouldn't have felt better, because there also I have withheld information. But that time I was thinking it's good, at least one letter taken, second letter I'll give. So Swami, as he was coming, he was collecting letters. When he came near me, as I was about to give this letter, instead of accepting my letter, Swami gave me a wedding card, which he had collected from someone. He gave that into my hand and went, you know. I was surprised. I'm trying to give a letter. Swami doesn't take my letter. He gives me a wedding card and he goes. I was wondering, what do I do with this wedding card? It's somebody's wedding card. And no much story there, because as Swami went in and the darshan and the interview room closed, somebody came walking and said, hey, that's the wedding card I gave Swami. I said, yeah, he gave it to me. Yeah, can I take it back? They'll feel very happy because Swami blessed it. I said, okay. He took it and went off. Over, that's all. So I don't know whether, I had to keep it. Nothing. I knew he took the card and went off, and I'm stuck with my letter again. And May 13th. So tomorrow is May 14th. Last chance, because May 15th in the evening is my flight. And as I said, 2007, 8, 9, by then morning darshan wasn't a certainty. So I have got only one more evening darshan chance, that is on May 14th, to get the deal sealed. So what do? I'm sitting, I'm thinking, tomorrow I'll try. And next day again I'm sitting. And this time I got the first row itself. And as Swami is coming for darshan, as he's coming near me, again I'm holding out my letter. And I see that Swami is holding in his left hand 2 or 3 vibhuti packets, grey color vibhuti packets, on which those vibhuti packets Swami used to often give now and then to somebody. So as he comes near me, he looks at me in the eye, picks one vibhuti packet, and he throws. Superb, I was so happy. Like Swami giving vibhuti means almost like he's blessing you. So I was thinking that even without giving the letter, it's okay. So now when this little portion, I'll just tell it in little slow motion. So Swami picked the vibhuti packet like that, smiled, and he threw it. And as he threw it, I quickly put the letter on my lap, and I am about to catch it like this. And the vibhuti packet is coming like that, and my hand is going like that, As this was happening, suddenly between the vibhuti packet and my hand, from here one hand comes, catches it, and I'm like, the fellow next to me, he took it off, held it and immediately folded his hand, and Swami was looking at me, then looks at him, smiles, and just goes off. Like I thought, okay, wait, let Swami get into the interview room, I'll tell him that that's my packet, Swami looked at me and threw it, and see, ultimately, whether Swami looked or didn't look, the very fact that it has reached his hand, it's meant for him. But we think, he took away what was meant for me, this fellow is doing this, all these things are our own illusions, based on thinking that we are in control. Nothing we are in control actually. Whatever is happening, he is in control. But we need to do our job and duty perfectly, that's all it is. Like, we are all like actors in a drama. The drama script is already written. The ending, whether I'm going to be dead or alive, whether I'm hero or the villain, I have no choice. Even if I'm a villain, I need to play my role well, that's all. I just need to know that I'm playing my role well, and everybody else is also playing their role well, that's all I need to worry. I need not worry about whether somebody else is doing his role well or not. That is his botheration. My botheration should be whether I am doing my role well. And my role is possibly, if I think of myself, my role is as a speaker, my role is as a father, my role is as a friend, my role is as a husband, my role is as a citizen in society. Because in a drama, that's how it is. In a movie, that's how it is. That person who is acting there, he's somebody's father, he's a character, he has some profession. All this is given, right, in the beginning. So that's how it happened, our life also. In the beginning of our lives, as our soul prepared to take on a body and come, we were given the script and told, see, this is what it is, this is what it is. You're a person who gets very angry fast, okay? Oh, okay. So all of that is already given. With that we come to earth and we need to perform our roles well. So you see, in the movie, that guy will go and say, you know what, honey, I just can't live without you. You're my life. Cut. Nice, okay, bye. He goes his way, she goes her way. Hey, what happened? You said you can't live without each other. No, that's just a movie dialogue. But you know what? Seeing that scene, people will be shedding tears. Oh, what love this is. Sweet. People are crying. Those guys have nothing inside. That's how we need to perform our roles as well. It needs to be very convincing. That is when we'll be able to have love without being attached. I'm loving because everybody else feels that this is so ideal. But I'm not attached because once the director says cut, she goes her way, I go my way. Same thing. You dog, I'm going to shoot you, and you shoot that fellow. After that, okay, cut, chalo, we sit together and have tea. I thought you hated. Nah, that's just the script. I have no hatred actually. So it's all, and I'm telling that this is a very practical thing because I've seen Swami do that. I've seen Swami rip apart a person, scold him, myself itself. An experience where he came and you're roaming around like a bloody dog, like a pig, get out of my sight. And after that he smiled. That proves to me that he's not angry actually, You just see when you get angry. Anybody else who comes to you after 10-15 minutes, they're collateral damage, right? They also get a part of that anger. But with Swami, he's able to shout and boot Next moment he smiled the most, Kamala Nayana, Mandasmita, Mandahasa, all that comes, this gentle smile, the sweet. How is that? Because he's just doing his role here. I think he looked over Darshan line today. Here, I need to avoid this, scold that person, bless that person, love over here. That's it. He's just acting out his script. He gets his script in the morning. He's only written the script. Yeah. He follows the script. No attachment, no anger, unlike us. No? Want to take leave, you go there, the boss's secretary is coming out. How's the mood? Fine, good. Because if he has fought with his wife there, my leave will get cancelled. Why? Because the boss is not able to separate it. When he's angry. Or the next half an hour, whoever comes his way. Same with us. That's why they say, don't. Of what? Done, yaar, done. No, then what did I promise? And don't take a decision when you're angry. This is what they do. I'm never going to step into Australia again. You have to go here on work trip. Don't take decisions when you're angry. Don't make promises when you're very happy. Because you'll just do it off. Because we are not able to separate. So coming back to the story, where was it? The Vibhuti packet went in his hand, right? So I'm sitting there and wondering, what happened to my Vibhuti? I'll tell that to him. And Swami didn't take my letter also. So Swami went. After that I just saw this guy sitting in full meditation and clutching the Vibhuti packet. Whatever. Then he opened his eyes. I saw, and I was about to ask him, and he smiled and said, "Brother, you know what? Just today, proposal came for my marriage. I didn't know. I wanted Swami to give some indication. He has blessed it, brother." Now what I'll tell you now? Okay, this is his marriage there. He's having 2 kids. He's happily settled in Puttaparthi. But back then I was like, no one, we can't disturb a marriage, right? I said, okay, fine. Keep it. Marriage, you keep it. My Singapore trip gone. Now what I should do? Over, because and the last chance when Swami comes for bhajan outside, I can try to give my letter. If that doesn't happen, it's over. Tomorrow evening is my flight. So that's it. Swami didn't take my letter and he left, went. And then I was wondering now what do I do? There's no guarantee that tomorrow evening no way I can stay for evening darshan. Morning darshan is one chance, but what do I do? So I went back and now I became very contemplative because I was getting scared. Now fear is there. Because I know what I'm doing is not in line with my conscience. I know that I have not got Swami's permission because I'm trying to hide facts. This is how I am feeling. So I thought, should I cancel? But it's too late. I had agreed for it in February. Now how to cancel? Actually, if somebody has said that it is cancelled, I'll feel happy. But I know what is the amount of money that will be. Either way, I'm burning devotees' money. Now if I go also, I'm burning devotees' money. If I don't go also, it's burning now. But it went on and on and on and on. And then this thought, I began to think, why am I hesitant to write it to Swami? Why was I hesitant to share with Swami? And then I thought, I was hesitant because I thought Swami will think, you're going foreign land, huh? Others' money. So if you think so, what? He'll tell, don't go. I'm not ready for don't go. I want to go. Desire. It's that desire that is there. And it is always, when we look deeply, it is only when we have desire that we have fear. Because if there's no desire, there's no fear. I'm doing it because Bhagavan wants it. I have no desire of any outcome. If we lead our life in that manner, we will have no fear absolutely. Where there is desire, there is fear. Where there is desirelessness, there is absolute fearlessness. I have nothing to gain or lose from this. I'm just doing it. I don't care. Absolute fearlessness will be there. I realized that and I said, okay, Swami. If it comes to that, that's a lesson for me and that is some karma of the Singapore devotees. I will cancel it. But if I get an opportunity, I'll give you the letter and here's my letter. Dear Swami, I've been invited to go to Singapore on a fully expense paid trip. It's going to be for 8 days. I'm very excited, Swami, because I have never been outside India. And it'll be talks. I'll be giving talks. And I wish to share Swami's glory and story, and with love, Aravind, I wrote off. And I said, Swami, if I can give this letter to you, then I'll go. Otherwise, I'm not going to go. But how will I give the letter? Mostly I cannot go only, because even if I wait for evening darshan, by then, yeah, flight would have taken off. The flight was around 6:30, whatever, 7 o'clock or something. I had to leave Puttaparthi by 3 o'clock to be early at Bangalore airport. Even as I finished writing this letter, I hear music, which means Swami has arrived for morning darshan. Oh, wow! So I quickly got out of the room, kept the letter in my pocket and rushed to the mandir. I ran. But by the time I reached mandir, Swami had already completed his darshan rounds along the gent side also. I can see him just going to enter the interview room. So I ran into the bhajan hall. I thought, okay, when Swami comes for bhajan, I'll try to give this letter to him. So I went and sat in the bhajan hall. Nobody had yet come, because morning bhajans would be 1 hour later. See, this is the thing. Initial Josh. If I say that Swami is coming here, how everybody will come? Second day, if Swami decides to stay in Rotorua or Hamilton and come daily for darshan, all of us won't come. That's what it is. Familiarity breeds neglect. You won't believe it. 10 minutes before bhajan is when the bhajan group will come and sit. Swami is also there, then also. By chance Swami comes 15 minutes early, oh, nothing. There was one person whose name started with Om, and he was a singer, so people used to say his name is like that because as Om is sung, he comes in like that. Anyway, but that's how it is. It always happens. Familiarity breeds neglect. That desire is there. In Parthi also, you just see, when Swami would come for darshan, those of you who have not seen, Swami will come. As soon as Swami goes inside the interview room, people will get up, dust their butts, dust the mat, and go. Breakfast time it is, right? Many times it has happened that Swami comes, 10 minutes later he opens the door and comes, nobody's there. What happened? Breakfast. Priority is very clear. Hari bhajana bina sukha shanti nahi, hari bhojana bina kuch bhi nahi. Without food there is no joy at all. So, anyway, so it was quite empty there. Went and sat, and somehow that day, my good fortune, 5-10 minutes later the interview room. Of course, this is also because, this bhajan hall is not because students are neglecting. Morning bhajan, students are not allowed to come. Only the alumni would sit and sing. And the alumni also would be allowed into the bhajan hall only at 8:30 or something. That's the reason. So what I said is the truth, but in this case the bhajan hall was empty not because people are not interested, but because they're not allowed till 8:30. So I went in because I'm a staff there, so I went and sat in the front. The interview room door opened and Swami came out. And he just looked and said, What happened? He asked. So I got to him and went up to him and gave him the letter. And Swami opened it. Never he does. He just accepts the letter, but he accepted it, opened it and started reading it. Singapore? Yes, Swami. 8 days. Yes, Swami. Do you have to go? Swami asked. Then I said, I don't have to go, Swami. That's why I'm asking you. If you tell, I'll go. If you say no, I'll not go. Because I felt that was the critical test of whether you have learned or not. And honestly, by this time, I was like, Swami, I want you happy. If you say don't go, I won't go, Swami. If you say go, I'll go. I don't care. Whatever it is, I'll face it. No problem. Swami said, go. I said, thank you, Swami. And then I said, Swami will give vibhuti. So, usually when Swami says he'll give vibhuti, there's a basket with him in which vibhuti packets are filled, he'll take and give. So now when I asked Swami vibhuti, gently I asked, and Swami said, yes, I'll give. So usually the boys who are there with Swami, they're very alert and they see that and they go and get the vibhuti basket automatically. And when Swami sees, they just show it and Swami says, yeah, I'll take it. I saw both of them didn't go. They didn't catch it. They didn't catch the thing that Swami said he would give vibhuti. And then they were about to push and take away the wheelchair. So I called one fellow, I patted his calf, called him. What? Go get vibhuti. He was shocked, like nobody tells him, only Swami who tells him what has to be done. And I told him, get vibhuti. Oh, and then Swami turned to the side. I said, Swami, I told him to get vibhuti. Yeah, go get, Swami said. Oh. So he went in and got a basket of vibhuti and Swami took 3 packets and gave it to me. And that was how, in 2009, May 15th, I actually went to Singapore. And that time also, for some reason, my flight got delayed. It was not a storm there, and I hope that the storm doesn't delay my flight. But my flight got delayed when I had to come back, so I reached late. And my taxi to Puttaparthi became late, and therefore, by the time I reached Mandir, Aarti was going on and Swami was leaving. So 8 days over, I had proper darshan on the 9th day. I actually had darshan on the 8th day also, but I had darshan on the 9th day. And this is just an aside. So Swami is coming on the 9th. It was the 9th day, and I just wanted to give a letter telling Swami I'm back. It was a good thing. Swami said, got married? Why so many days extra? Like, Swami, what? The flight was delayed, Swami, I didn't get married, nothing. Swami said, I thought you went there and just got married and stayed there. So late that is what, see, 1 day late I was, that's all. But I told 8 days, I had written 8 days, why 9 days? And one way it is like how strict Swami is, the other way it's so beautiful and touching. I mean, among all those 1,000 people and so many, I mean, in those 8 days, how many people you would have met? Still he's remembering 8 days are over, this is the 8th day, you didn't come on the 8th day, you have come on the 9th day. It was so beautiful, so touching. That was in 2009. Then in 2013, this was the time when, as I said, the transition period. Swami was physically not there and I got an invitation to go to Trinidad and Tobago. Some random person on Facebook messaged me and said, you let me know and I'm going to book tickets, please come over. Now I didn't know. Random person means I had not met this person earlier, though we had exchanged some Sai notes and everything. And so, first of all, I didn't know where this Trinidad and Tobago is. Like, which part of the world does it come? So I had to first search it on the map. And oh, so far away, it's near America. So now, whom to ask, Swami, how do I get permission? So I was really, I'm not saying yes or no. I was not saying no because I would love to travel. I was not saying yes because I don't want to go if Swami is not happy with me. So I was wondering what should I do. And then one day I went to Swami's photograph in my own altar. And I said, Swami, somehow Swami, you know how to do it. In my heart, I should know that you have permitted me. Please Swami. Then only I'll go. Because it involves a long travel, it's a lot of planning. They have planned so many things. So please let me know, Swami. Please let me know. Are you happy with me going? In your own way, whatever way. The very next day, from that photograph, there was an outpouring of vibhuti. So much vibhuti that like the little packets that they gave us at the conference, you could easily fill about 120 or 130 packets. I say this because we actually filled 120, 130 packets. And in Trinidad, we gave to each devotee there, when we had gone. But that was one way, in which this happened. So when Swami is physically not there, a flower falls, or you open the Satya Sai speaks and you get a message, or Vibhuti comes. Different things happen, it's an amazing set of coincidences. All this make you feel, hey, yeah man, Swami is there. But the most beautiful and most subtle experience that I had happened the next year, in 2014. This time I was invited to go to Dubai to give some talks. And now I was thinking of Dubai, how do I, again, Swami, please give me some indication, something. 1 week or 2 week or no vibhuti, no dream, nothing, like I don't know. In the meanwhile, the Indian government said that we will now be shifting to a machine readable passport. So before we all had manual passports, we have to see the name and people will write down and make. Now you just insert, right? I think you guys had it much before. But government gave a deadline. By this time in 2015, all passports should become machine readable. Basically, you have to go and reapply. And they opened up, It was, actually to speak, it was the Narendra Modi government that came and started it. They set up so many passport seva kendras. Amazing. The digital revolution that India is now enjoying, I think it began back then, starting with all these. I was dreading it. I was thinking what all will happen, but it turned out to be a good experience. So I thought, okay, let me at least upgrade my passport and keep, because this visit to Dubai was scheduled for October and we were still in some June or something. And I thought there's enough time. There's enough time for Swami to give indication, and unlike the other trip to Trinidad, this is not very far. Dubai is I think Dubai flight even 1 week before you can just catch. Being a tourist destination, Lots of, like buses, Airbuses go between India and Dubai. So I thought, okay, that's fine, there's enough time. So I went to the passport office and I was getting my passport approval process, and it was going through all the due diligence. And we came to the final stage, and that lady was going through looking at all my details, and she suddenly said, is this you? Like, she's looking. My passport was made when much about, it had been done in 1997, the passport had been made, the previous passport. So in that I had put my 1993 photograph. So I think that lady was wondering whether that's me or my son over there. I said, no, that's me, and my passport will be that. Oh, okay, fine. In fact, maybe I'll show you that passport. Later you can see, you just put Aravind B 1982 passport on Google, it will show up. Because I wrote a story on this, and you can see how I look there in that photograph. So then she said, okay, fine. Where's your marriage certificate? Marriage certificate? You're married, right? Yeah. Last year only I got married. Yeah. So you're putting a spouse name means I need proof for that. Oh, then I realized that for every detail that you put, you have to produce proof for that. So my marriage certificate was back in Puttaparthi. It was Friday. So it was Friday, and I said, oh but my marriage certificate. Then I said, madam, I'm from Puttaparthi. You know Puttaparthi? No. Hyderabad, you don't know Puttaparthi? Okay. Satya Sai Baba. Yeah. So I work in that ashram there. Actually, I have traveled and come for this. Is it fine? Like, I was thinking I have to go through this whole process again, take leave, and she said, no, but I cannot do it till I have your marriage certificate. I said, but, so I have to do this whole thing again. She said, okay, I'll do one thing. She made a note. She said, next time, whenever you come to Hyderabad with your marriage certificate, you come and come straight to this counter. I'll make an entry and I'll leave a note. Need not go through the whole thing. You can come directly here, and just this last step, you can proceed and go ahead. I said, okay, that's also fine. So I agreed with her, and then she turned the passport and she asked, it was a stamp of Singapore, I had been there. Actually, I had been there twice by now. So she asked, how did you get this? I said, in Singapore. No, how you went to Singapore? By flight. She just smiled like that, okay. And this, that's Trinidad and Tobago. And again, you went there by flight? I said, yeah. Okay, fine. And she gave it up. I don't know what she's asking this. Okay, fine. I took it. And I came back home and I was like, now what do we do? Like, my passport is not upgraded. So then I called my dad. My dad said, hey, you don't worry. Tonight, you just extend your stay by one more day in Hyderabad. Tonight, Kachiguda Express train is coming. I'll find some devotee and give them your marriage certificate. Okay? And I'll give you the number. You call. You go to the railway station and pick it up. See, that is the confidence that we have when Sai is there, To a random stranger, my father went, connected only by Sai. Said, you're going to Hyderabad? Yeah. My son needs this certificate. He's a staff in Mandir. Sai Ram, yeah. Can you give me a number? Yeah. Can you give the certificate to me? Yeah, sure, done. That's it. Some random guy, morning 6 o'clock I went. Hello? Yeah, are you the random guy? My father gave, yeah, I am the random guy. Where can I collect? Yeah. He gave me the certificate. Thank you. And he went, that is the magic of Sai. That is the magic of Sai. When I actually, going back to the Trinidad trip, when I landed in Trinidad, that sister who actually came and picked me up with her husband, I say sister because she was the one who was corresponding with me. She said, it's really Swami's miracle you came. And I said yes, because when I had to go there, I didn't have any other visa. So I did Bangalore, Bombay, Bombay, Delhi, Delhi, Amsterdam, Amsterdam, Curacao. Curacao is a Dutch island somewhere there. Curacao to Caracas, Caracas to Port of Spain. It was crazy, And the final leg was done by one airline called Liat Airlines, and oh my god, that Liat Airlines, I don't know how they're running. Because when I went there was no Liat Airlines. And I saw, but at least on the board it was there. Liat, the flight was at 4:30. I said, okay. Even as I was seeing right before my eyes that 4:30 became 8:30. It just changed. Oh, the flight has delayed by 4 hours. Okay, fine. No, but if it was India, you know what I would have done? I would have, you can just give your phone. Yeah, you will give phone and I'll call. So I went and asked some 7-8 people. I need to contact, can you give a phone? No, I can't give. Okay, go try the pay phone. This is 2013, right? So 2013 I went to the pay phone. You have to insert your credit card. And some place that is, Curacao, it's not accepting my credit card. Mine is some HDFC bank credit card. It's not. I don't know how to make phone call. I know there's a deviation, but in fact, I went and sat there. What do we do? It was me, my wife Pooja, and brother Amay. 3 of us are sitting there. What do we do? Here, our host there. They'll be waiting. I hope they know that the flight has been delayed. No way to contact them. Okay. Then I'm hearing somebody, and in Satyasai, and then Satyasai they're telling, we'll just tell them we are students, that's it. They'll get, full. So I said, Sai Ram? I said, that lady and that man not even turning towards me. Sai Ram? Still continuing. Excuse me? Yeah? Yeah, are you Sai devotees? What? No, just heard Satyasai and Satyasai, you were talking about that. No, we're talking about insecticides. Insecticides. Yeah, so the siren magic would not okay, leave it. Then we were sitting there, sitting and waiting, and suddenly, like a beach chair, somebody came with 4 sticks and something on top, puts the 4 sticks in the corner and unfurls Liat Airlines. He set up a booth there. Liat, okay. We went to him and we asked for the ticket. Then the boarding pass that was there. So my wife's one name on the boarding pass and the passport was not matching. One letter was different. Okay. So he said, no, it doesn't. So it doesn't match. I was like, you don't have a proper counter here, okay? You have no right to check your name matching and all. So then I said, no, what will you do? So how will she fly or not? She can't fly. She said, no, don't worry, we'll set it right, like that. And here I'm not exaggerating even one bit, because you'll definitely think I'm exaggerating. This guy takes another boarding pass and just puts it like a printout. It comes out like a printout. That basic thing, is Caribbean Airlines. Okay? But now it has Pooja's name printed correctly. He gave it. I said, but this is Caribbean Airlines. Okay. He takes a pen, literally does this. Strikes off Caribbean, writes L-I-A-T. This is fine. You couldn't accept that a letter change there. What kind of an airline you are? And after that, now where do we go? There is one, two poles and one ribbon hanging in between. And people are lining up there, Liat Airlines guy. So I went and we stood there. We all stood. And this guy finishes checking all the boarding passes. Then folds his structure, keeps it to the side, comes here, opens the ribbon, and he's checking. He's checking it, and you have to go out of the bus and go out of the door there and sit in the bus there. So he's checking. Okay, and I'm like, what is this guy, man? Okay, this guy is they're only checking also. Okay, fine. Give it, went and sat in the bus. Then this guy lifts those 2 things, keeps it there, comes, opens the driver's seat, sits in the bus. And now, me, Amay and Pooja, we got scared. Don't tell me this guy is going to fly us here. Okay? He stops near the aircraft, and it's a propeller aircraft. It's not like some big aircraft. And nothing, fully dark inside, door is not open, nothing. This guy gets on from the bus, goes and he props and opens the door. The door opens and it has got steps. And then he walks in. I said, I think this guy is only going to fly it, man. Luckily, he just went in, put on all the lights and fan, everything, and got out. Took his bus and went off, This guy is like that guy, except they've got, Liat Airlines has one pilot and one rest of the crew, like that, Then pilot came. It was some blonde-haired fellow. Partly there's a pilot there, so the pilot came and one air hostess in the flight. She's in the last seat, 7 seats are there. Middle seat, which is along the aisle, that's her seat. So she just did all the things, like if there's oxygen, this will fall, you do, if the wear seat belt. All that gave me proof that the aircraft has seat belts, oxygen, everything was there. And then she said, I'll be sitting back, anything you can just call me. So we had done all this, right? So I came to all this because the name of Sai, she was like, I was thinking, yes sister, it is a miracle indeed. With all this we came, and Caracas is the capital of Venezuela. Venezuela is always having so much of nonsense going on there, violence, this, that. I don't know how we went through all that. I was thinking of that. She was saying, no, Some person on Facebook just said, you come, and you just came off. Like, I said, yeah, I don't know. I just felt Sai means there'll be no. That is the kind of trust we have, faith we have. Like, even if family member says, you come, we'll check, everything is done, no, all fine, what do you do? Nothing, we just started off. That is the kind of confidence that when it is somebody from Sai, that is the kind of faith that is there. So that's how that marriage certificate reached me. And that evening when I went back to Pooja's cousin's home. So Pooja's cousin is looking at my passport and said, Arvind, you know why that lady was asking you all how you went and all? Because I also wonder, how did you go to Singapore? I said, in flight, yaar. Arvind, this is a minor passport. Mine was a minor passport. A minor passport, as per rules, expires 5 years after it is issued, or if you turn 18, whichever is earlier. So, by 2002, my passport has to expire. But on that passport in 2009, I had been to Singapore, 2013 to Trinidad, and 2014, beginning of the year, again to Singapore. She's like, how you went? I said, I don't know, maybe that way. And that is when I realized, wow, I should have told that lady, if I had understood it, I would have told, when she asked, who is Satya Sai Baba, this travel, he issued my visa, and that's how I could go. I have got both. In fact, you can see my passport, first page, full, it is scarred over there. You know why? Because when I had gone to Trinidad, that person said that, hey, this photo, it doesn't look like you should change your photo. What I did, I didn't know, a passport size photo I had stuck on that, on the passport. Another photo of mine which looks like me. And when I was going to Singapore for the second time, that person asked, what is this? Who put this photo? And I said, I don't know, some of you guys only, I told. I said, no, you cannot. And he tore it. So, in the passport, actually, you can see, I'll show you after this session. Not only is my photo like that, not only is it a minor passport, there is on the main page where, Indian Republic, all that is there, there's a big tear there, because that was where I had stuck a photo and I had torn it. This kind of mutilated passport I have used to travel to how many countries? Three foreign trips, both immigrations, not just Indian immigration. No way I can think of doing it. No way. Now when I think of it, I'm like, how did that happen? Yeah, the Lord willed. Yeah. That is when I realized that though I'm looking for him for Vibhuti packets, Vibhuti coming, all this, the very fact that you have gone means he has willed. Otherwise you can't go. But that requires us to be in that constant integrated awareness. Knowing that, Swami, everything that is happening. If tomorrow a storm comes and I'm cancelled and I have to stay here for 5 days, Swami, I will be happy, Swami. Because that's your will. That is why when surrender comes, when we have constant integrated awareness, when we know that everything that we are having in life is Swami's blessing. Swami, why did I get divorced, Swami? Because it's good for me. You have only masterminded it. So yes, Swami, it's good for me. So this prevents us from getting dejected, irritated, unhappy, sad when bad things happen. Bad. I'm telling in air quotes because there's nothing bad. It's just the script that the Lord has written. And it helps me, keep me grounded when good things happen. I put again good in air quotes because there's nothing. Nothing to feel that, yes man, I'm the topper in my university. Nothing. The script put me as the topper, that's all. So, in fact, Arthur Ashe, the legendary tennis player who was the first to win Wimbledon 5 times, he died of AIDS. Yeah. And when he was asked, don't you feel unfair? No, don't you feel, why did you have to get AIDS? Because his was not because of any wrong sexual behaviors, it was just a wrong blood transfusion that gave him that. And he says, so many people, why to play in Wimbledon? Out of that, only 64 get to play. And finally, among all of that, only one person on earth can win the Wimbledon. And I did that 5 times. Not once did I ask God, why me? Why can't others get the chance? 5 times. He said, I never asked God why me, because I'll never ask God why me. Now also I'll not ask why me, it's fine. He died of AIDS very soon after that. But I feel that's what it is. When Sukha Dukkhe, that is what Krishna means by saying, Sukha Dukkhe Same Kritva Labha Labhau Jaya Jayo. In Sukha and Dukkha, in pleasure and pain. In Sukha Dukkhe Same Kritva Labha Labhau, in profit and loss. Jaya Jayo, in victory and defeat. I'm fine. It's fine. I take it as God's prasadam. You know, God's prasadam also, like when we go to Indian temples, they give something as prasadam after the aarti is done. And the way we accept the prasadam is, so when the prasadam is put in our hand, we just do this and eat it. We never do. Salt became little less. Sugar is not, nothing. Sometimes, you know, in some temples, which are not like well-to-do small temples, tulsi leaves they'll give off, you know. Easy as prasadam, just pluck it from the ground. You know, not even, you can make out, you know, the amount of hundi collections that each temple has from the quality of their prasadam. Real good temples will give ghee-filled laddus, super tasty. Lesser temples will give banana in milk. Finally, temples which are not getting enough will give tulsi leaves, you know. But all of them with the equal humility and love we accept. Some say that is the prasada bhava we should have in life. Remember that whether it's a tulsi leaf, whether it's a banana, whether it's milk or whether it is laddu, it's coming from the Lord. Accept it with the same humility and devotion and don't make... In fact, you know, we were told, like during the Kannada festival of Ugadi, which is a new year, they mix jaggery with neem flowers, and you're supposed to eat it. Like as a kid, I just keep aside the neem flowers and I'll eat the jaggery. No, my father, no, you have to eat. He'll just take it in one spoon and one spoonful, you know. That neem flower is so powerful that 2 chunks of jaggery also can't beat it. It will fight and above that it will come and hit your tongue. Like that it is. And the best thing is, not best thing, the funny thing I used to feel is, you're supposed to eat it without a grimace on your face. If you do, then one more spoon. Till you, then done. You know? I used to feel what a funny custom it is. Yeah? Like, especially those who are doing this, don't give, no. Those possibly who are doing, maybe they enjoy, give them one more spoon. No. Those who don't like will be given more. Those who like will not be given. Today I understand that that is the thing. Because when you are accepting something as prasad, you're not supposed to say, yuck, horrible. No, you're supposed to be peaceful and enjoy it. Whatever it may be. Whether it is jaggery sweet or whether it's neem bitter. So then I realized that this is what is surrender. And when we surrender, no, then we will see that everything is moving as per His will. Well, the story doesn't end there. I got my passport. And then something phenomenal happened. I see one mail from, I forget that lady's name. I forget the sister's name. Maybe I'll remember it as I'm telling. Let's, for the sake of convenience, let's say it's some Aparna. Somebody, Aparna, has written a mail. And the mail is, Dear Brother Aravind, so happy to welcome you to Dubai. Looking forward. Love, Satyanarayana. You know? Satyanarayana is Swami's childhood name. You know? And I'm like, who is this? Vaishali. I think, yeah, Vaishali. Vaishali is that lady's name. Vaishali, from Vaishali's email ID, I'm getting a mail. I don't know who is this Vaishali. And I'm getting a mail calling me, Brother Aravind. Well, nobody knows that I'm traveling to Dubai. Nobody even knows because my ticket is not booked. I have not confirmed. Nothing I have done. I just got my passport done. I'm wondering, how does anybody know? And if Vaishali, whoever is Vaishali, auntie or sister Vaishali or whoever is writing, why is she signing off as Satyanarayana? You know? I was very stunned. Guess what? I get to know that Sister Vaishali is somebody who is living in Dubai. She has a son whose name is Satyanarayana, named after Swami. His best friend, who lives somewhere in the United Arab Emirates, his best friend, his name is Aravind. And that Aravind is coming over for summer vacation to Dubai. And this guy tells his mother, I want to send him a mail. He doesn't have an email ID. He uses his mother's email ID. And while putting the Aravind, and it goes on, because mine by email list is very long. So the wrong Arvind's email ID he puts and sends it to me. Wow, look, this is what I say, how God works. So for me it was like, wow. Like Swami is telling Aravind, I'm waiting to welcome you. So that is when I realized that in every, so after that I have stopped, you know, when any invitation comes, I just say, yeah, Swami is will. And I know in his own way he will show, whether I have to go or not. This time when I had to come here, yeah, this is the final leg of my visit here, but yeah, the way the visa didn't come, I was telling Brother Vignesh, I don't think it's okay. I was sure that I will not be coming also, no problem. I was ready for both. If it happens, very happy. If it doesn't happen, very happy. And I feel that is the stage of surrender that we have to reach. I'm stating it here from the lectern, very easy. But at least in this case, I was like that, definitely. Yeah. If it comes, I'll be very happy to travel. If it doesn't come, I'll be very happy not to travel. Because I know Swami knows. Swami is the one who makes me travel. Swami is the one who ensures that I don't travel. Swami is the one who keeps me in Prashantilayam. Swami is the one who says that no, you can't enter Prashantilayam. And if anybody else is thinking that they are doing it, papam for them. Because they are in Maya then. And if I think that I am doing something, papam for me. It's Maya then. I know that every bit of love and respect that I receive here, and I have received tons and tons of that. I am very grateful for it. But I know it's because of Sai. I know it's because I stand beside his chair. I always give the example of in a Rama temple, Suddenly near the idol of Rama and Lakshmana and Sita, a monkey comes, everybody salutes. Everybody starts offering the banana that they have brought for Rama for that monkey. The same monkey will be at the entrance, they lift their chappal and throw at it, You monkey, you stand next to Rama, you receive salutations. Monkey, go anywhere else, you receive stones. I happen to be one lucky monkey who happens to stand beside Swami. I know that very well. And that's why I know that everything is him, everything is because of him. It is that awareness that keeps me calm, that keeps me grounded. And my prayer to Swami, on behalf of everyone, dear Swami, is that we all have that awareness. May that awareness become constant, and may that awareness become integral. Thank you. Jai Sai Ram.